Well, 2 days ago, I received some very sad news. My Uncle Edward passed away. And my Uncle Edward was in his 70s. He was not just an uncle, he was a friend. I have many fond memories of him. And later on this week at St. Mary's in Wayne, we don't know the day yet. They got to ship the body up from Florida. But I will be celebrating his life with my family members. And it dawned on me that with Uncle Edward being taken home to the Lord, and what I would have considered my immediate family growing up, my sisters, my parents, my Aunt Florence, my grandpa, my grandma, my cousin Lorraine, and my Uncle Ed, that I am now the oldest male in the family. Yeah. We have a couple of older guys by marriage, but I'm the oldest guy by blood. And at 63, you're looking, on the downhill of your life, and you're looking down at the downhill of your career of a priest, and you think about different things and what the future is going to have, what the future is going to hold. Well, these past 2 days, we had a version of our Steubenville conference with our teens. Because of the COVID, they didn't have the conference in Ohio, but they streamed a conference. And because of the rules and regulations about being in church other than at a liturgy, limited to 10, we rented a little tent. You might see the tent out there, a little tent out there, so we could all get the teens in there. And our tech ministry, Zach, did a wonderful job, and Dave and his company loaned a beautiful projector, and we had a nice setup out there, and they streamed in the speakers, and they streamed in Holy Hour, and they streamed in beautiful music, worship and praise music. And I was there for Friday night and most of yesterday. And I participated in bringing out the Blessed Sacrament and the monstrance for the Holy Hour, and I heard confessions. And of course, while this is going on, because I'm keeping this to myself, I'm not going to put a downer on anybody talking about, my uncle passing away, and, I wanted to keep their spirits up, so I kept it all to myself. But I was watching them intently. I was watching these teens. I wish all of you could have been there to see it. I really do. Because if you would have watched how fervently and intently that these young people were praying, especially before the Blessed Sacrament, if you'd seen that, then you would have seen that there truly is hope. I've given a lot of homilies on love. I've given a lot of homilies on faith. I don't often preach about hope, but hope is right up there. And the best way to think about hope, and I learned this from one of the talks, it was great, is as the earliest Christians in the catacombs described hope. They described it as an anchor. That when a ship is at sea and there's storms and it needs to stay stable and ride out the storm, they'll drop an anchor. And no matter what's going on around them, the waves crashing and everything blowing, the anchor will keep the ship level and they'll ride it out. That's hope. And our hope is what rides us out in our storms. And of course, we're going through a lot of storms right now. I'm looking at all of you wearing masks. I'm preaching with a mask on. We're living in strange times, right? And nervous times that make us afraid, times that we know people who have passed away from this virus, and people who are sick and wonder what's going to happen to jobs, and all kinds of things like that. So it's a stormy time. But our hope is in the Lord. He is the anchor that we put our hope in that gives us stability in our lives as the storms blow upon us. And when I looked at all those young people praying as intently as they were, it gave me hope. It gave me hope that there is a future, that the faith will grow, and the gospel will be spread. Sometimes it's easy, especially if you spend way too much time watching TV, to get discouraged and to become afraid. But I can tell you, the less time you spend watching TV and the more time you spend in prayer and spending time with other people who pray, like these young people, your hope will be restored. For the Lord is our hope that will have us ride out these times. And I, looking at the years that I have remaining as a priest and on this earth, am filled with hope that the gospel will be proclaimed forever and ever until the day our Lord Jesus Christ comes again.